Imagine walking through a dense, silent forest. The air is cool, the leaves whisper in the wind, and a sense of calm pervades everything. Suddenly, your attention is drawn to a majestic tiger moving silently through the greenery, its eyes gleaming, muzzles poised, and paws barely making a sound on the forest floor. Now, imagine a graceful deer drinking from a pool nearby, unaware of the danger lurking. This is the scene captured vividly in the poem The Tiger and the Deer. Today, we will explore the poem and understand its themes, imagery, and lessons about the natural world and life itself. The Tiger and the Deer is a poem that reflects on the wild, showing the balance between beauty, strength, and survival in nature. The poet, whose name is not mentioned in your textbook, focuses on descriptive imagery and contrast between the predator and its prey. This poem is intense, dramatic, and full of emotion, teaching us how nature operates with its own rules, separate from human concepts of right and wrong. Let us begin by looking at the first few lines. Brilliant, crouching, slouching, what crept through the green heart of the forest, gleaming eyes and mighty chest and soft soundless, paws of grandeur and murder. Here, the poet describes the tiger moving stealthily through the forest. Notice the use of action words like crouching, slouching, and crept. These words help us visualize the tiger's movement, silent, powerful, and deadly. The phrase paws of grandeur and murder shows the dual nature of the tiger. It is both magnificent and deadly. Students, in your own writing, using contrast like this can make your description more vivid and impactful. The next lines say, the wind slipped through the leaves as if afraid, lest its voice and the noise of its steps perturb the pitiless splendor, hardly daring to breathe. Here, even the wind is described as cautious, emphasizing the majesty and danger of the tiger. The poet personifies the wind, making it afraid, which heightens the tension and drama. Students, notice how personification and imagery can make a scene more immersive. Then comes the moment of action. But the great beast crouched and crouched at last, noiseless, fatal, till suddenly death leaped on the beautiful wild deer as it drank. This is the climax of the poem. The tiger attacks the unsuspecting deer. Words like noiseless and the fatal show the precision and power of the predator. The poet contrasts the cruel strength of the tiger with the innocent beauty of the deer. This teaches us how to use tension and pacing in our writing to create suspense. The poet continues, unsuspecting from the great pool in the forest coolness and shadow, and it fell and torn, died remembering its mate, left soul in the deep woodland. Here, the deer's death is described in a poignant emotional way. The phrase remembering its mate shows that even in nature there is connection and innocence. The poet makes us feel empathy for the deer, highlighting the harsh realities of life in the wild. Destroyed the mild, harmless beauty by the strong, cruel beauty in nature. These lines summarize the central theme. The world of nature is governed by strength, survival, and instinct, not human morality. Beauty alone cannot protect the weak. It is the law of nature where the mighty can overpower the innocent. Finally, the poem reflects on hope and continuity. But a day may yet come when the tiger crouches and leaps no more in the dangerous heart of the forest. As the mammoth shakes no more the plains of Asia, still then shall the beautiful wild deer drink from the coolness of great pools in the leaves' shadow. The mighty perish in their might, the slain survive the slayer. Here, the poet reminds us that power and strength are temporary. Wildlife continues. Even predators are mortal. They can also die, and eventually the beauty and innocence may thrive again. Students, this is a lesson about resilience and hope, showing that life balances itself over time. Now, let us summarize the key lessons from this poem. First, contrast of strength and innocence. The tiger represents power and cruelty, while the deer represents beauty and vulnerability. Second, power of observation. The poet uses vivid imagery and personification to make readers visualize and feel the forest and its creatures. Third, nature's laws. The poem teaches that the natural world operates on survival, not human morality. Fourth, hope and continuity. Even when the mighty seem to dominate, life continues and the weak may thrive in time. In conclusion, The Tiger and the Deer is not just a poem about a hunt. It is a reflection on strength, vulnerability, mortality, and resilience. It encourages students to appreciate nature, observe details carefully, and understand the cycles of life. Now, take a moment to reflect. Have you ever watched a predator and a prey in nature or a documentary? How did it make you feel? What lessons can you learn about the balance, strength, and survival? Think about how these lessons apply to life beyond the forest. If you enjoyed this lesson and want more explanation, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hit the bell icon. By doing this, you will never miss a lesson which makes your learning easy, engaging, and memorable.